the progress, check the progress, check the progress, feeding off the success.
Alrighty there, ladies and gentlemen. It's your nighttime, right time DJ Music. Had a little technical difficulties early in the live that I was doing, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this here. I'm going to upload it and let you folks go ahead and comment on it, whatever. Well, here we go, folks. The part of the YouTube streets that I promised I was going to drive you down. First of all, do some women have realistic expectations of prospective mates? In this case, there's a young lady, mother of 5 children, that has, to me, and I'm going to be quite honest with you, a really unrealistic expectation of what kind of man she wants. And it'll be hard for me to explain without you folks. Let's just dive right into it. I'll tell you what, and we'll stop it as from there. Got the narrator that's going to help me. I'll tell you who he is when you'll hear him. He'll introduce himself, and I'll suggest that you folks go over and check out his channel. You know, you can like and subscribe to it. It's up to you. But here we go, folks. Just check this out here. This is when keeping it real goes wrong. Sometimes what you put out on the YouTube streets or on Instagram or on Facebook, and when people make comments about it, you cannot get upset. You cannot tell people how to respond to a post that you put out there. Just like I can't tell folks how to respond to these uploads or to my live streams. Check this out.
So I'm really trying to understand, like, why do everybody got so many opinions on things that don't have nothing to do with them? I had no idea that this was going to go viral at all. I posted this just on the strength of a nigga trying to come at me that didn't meet the qualifications it took to come at me. Like, why is everybody got an opinion, and why is everybody such relationship therapists, and everybody just such a specialist now? Y'all even attacked my churn, like saying I got 5 different baby daddies. First of all, I got 4. Don't believe. Stop playing me. I got 4 different baby daddies, and all 4 of my baby daddies is really there for my kids. They take care of their churn, and they take care of me. So I'm trying to figure out why y'all got anything to say about my baby daddies, period, or my churn, period. I'm a good mama. I take care of all my children. They do too. Anyway, I'm just trying to figure out why y'all even expected me to be with a nigga that worked as a bartender.
Oh, that's what this is about. I was trying to figure out when she's going to get to the point. They're probably not expecting you to be with a bartender. You probably posted about it. And because you have 4 children or 5 baby daddies, or you say 4 baby daddies, they're wondering how you can stand in a position to judge. Okay, that's my assumption.
A bartender that stay in a 2-bedroom house. Where we supposed to go at? Where me and my children supposed to sleep? I got big boys, not little boys.
Okay, a bartender with a 2-bedroom apartment. Where does me and my children go? Where do they sleep now? Where do they go now? He tried to talk to you. You're not about to move in with him, right? See, a lot of times when you look at relationships, like, what do you already have that can account? He's never met you. So if he's single or he doesn't need a house to accommodate 4 children, why would he already have it? So if you're saying you have an apartment, it sounds like you're just creating these demands, but it doesn't sound like you're really worthy of asking for these demands or requesting these demands. Why should he have all these things to accommodate you? Can he just move in with you? You have the 4 children. I assume you already have those things to take care of your children, right? You said you take care of them, and so do your baby's fathers. Also, it's irrelevant that your baby's fathers take care of your children. That's 4 active men in your life. No man is saying, my fantasy or my dream is to marry a woman with a bunch of children. Most men actually want to create children with their woman. So if you already have children, that's a little bit of a damper already. Just ask men and they'll tell you. I'm sure you love your child and the child is beautiful and it's a beautiful life. But if you're talking about a relationship and what a man would like to have, predominantly it's going to be a woman without children. So now you're saying, I already have children. That's not yours. And also you got to have all these things just to be able to accommodate me. So what do you have? What makes you worthy of him doing that? Likely they build their worth off of Facebook validation or social media validation. You don't actually have to be worth anything, but you can make these outrageous demands. You heard her? I'm a good mama. I take care of my babies. But he's a bartender with a 2-bedroom apartment and you can talk shit. But you're a good mama. But what do you do? What do you have?
Where we supposed to sleep at? How are we supposed to sit down and be comfortable?
Comfortable.
Furthermore, you drive a 2013 Monte Carlo. We in 2021.
See, when y'all thought I was petty for correcting her on comfortable, right? Then she came back and talked about this man whip. See, the shame is on y'all. See, I already seen the video. I knew she was gonna do that. So trust me, I can do pretty much what I want. This lady here, she's a demon. You understand? She's a monster. This is what all men should run from. I'm telling you.
All right, folks, I'm going to pause that right there, and that's about halfway into it. Is he right so far? Is this the kind of woman that every man in his right mind should run from? And I have to say I'm in agreement with it, because at no part of this, as a matter of fact, I'm just going to start it over. And let's see where we're at here. Mark the time marker so we can get back to it. All right, I'm going to start it over, and then I'll start making my comments. I just want y'all to get the gist of what we're going to cover here in this verse.
I had no idea that this was going to go viral at all. I posted this just on the strength of a nigga trying to come at me that didn't meet the qualifications it took to come at me. Like, why is everybody got an opinion, and why is everybody such relationship therapists and...
Okay, let me say this. It goes with anything. And that's like I said at the opening. If you don't want somebody to make a comment about something, the best surefire way to make sure that doesn't happen, don't post it. It's not that folks are trying to be relationship experts or relationship gurus. Well, some people do. But people are trying, I guess in this case, trying to tell you maybe your expectations of finding a man is wrong. What do you bring to the table? Who are you to demand that this man have this when you have 5 children with 4 baby daddies? That's going to take a pretty strong man to put up with that, especially from what you said. You got big boys. You see what I'm saying, Miss Lady? Yeah, you're attractive, but after that, what do you have? Okay, you may be good in bed, but after that, what do you have? What do you bring to the table with this list of demands, this list of expectations that you said that this brother that worked at a bar couldn't possibly have? And if you know anything about the bartending industry, there's some bartenders out there that make bank. They make big money. When I was in the hospitality industry, I would notice that the bartenders or the barbacks, they would fight over some of the events that came to the places that the Convention Visitors Bureau and the San Francisco Hilton and Towers. They would literally line up because they know the tips was going to be good, talking about $300, $400, $500 a night, along with their paycheck that they were going to get. So yeah, some bartenders do make good money, but with the list of demands that you have and what you bring to the table, assets and liabilities, where are your assets? You're asking a man to have everything to help you take care of four other men's children. That don't make you a prize, lady. Your expectations of a mate are too high. Your standards are too high for what you bring to the table. And this is not being disrespectful, but it's just coming from your mouth. You are already eliminating possible uh, people that could do better for you or put you in a better place, put yourself in play. You're eliminating them based on your biases of a bartender can't do nothing for me. Like my man said, can they move in with you? What do you have? Do you have a place big enough to accommodate these 5 children that you have? Or how are you living already? How are you taking care of your children? You say your baby daddy's just taking care of it. So it's obvious that these are 4 other men that's going to be in this man's life. That's a big undertaking. You don't talk about love, companionship, building a future together. You talking about what you bringing to the table for me. Y'all listen.
Uh, everybody's just such a specialist now. Y'all even take my turn like saying I got 5 different baby daddies. First of all, I got 4. Don't believe. Stop playing me. I got 4 different baby daddies, and all 4 of my baby daddies.
Okay, fellas. I'm gonna state the obvious. I know some of y'all are saying it. Ladies, I know some of y'all are saying it too. Her vernacular is not very good, is it? I got 4 F-O baby daddies. To me, if I saw you in a bar, I would, okay, attracted. You're pretty in the face. But after I start talking to you, Miss Lady, nope. That's a deal breaker. I could not have a conversation with someone that speaks like you. Now that's something on me. I like my women that I date or hang around or be around to be to at least to be able to articulate. I'm sorry, miss, but listening to you, I don't think you can. You can't even pronounce a lot of your words correctly. Simple words. Not to say that you just street language in it, but no, there's going to be other words that you say that you can tell that you, dare I say this? And I'm sorry for if I hurt anyone's feelings on this, but you don't seem very educated. So that was, no matter how you look, that would snatch you out of my realm of being interested in. You know what? Yeah, she's a nice looking girl, got a nice body, but I just can't vibe with her. And that would be before you even told me about your baby daddies and your children. Hopefully, I hope that's not the lead conversation.
It's really there for my kids. They take care of their children, and they take care of me. So I'm trying to figure out why y'all got anything to say about my baby daddies, period, or my children, period. I'm a good mama. I take care of all my children. They do too. Anyway, I'm just trying to figure out why y'all even expected me to be with a nigga that worked as a bartender.
Oh, that's what this is about. I was trying to figure out when she's gonna get to the point. They're probably not expecting you to be with a
Right.
bartender.
Nobody's expecting you to be with a bartender. How would we know he's a bartender if you didn't tell us? You could have said I went out on a date and the dude didn't meet my financial qualifications, so I had to cut it loose. But you told us he was a bartender. We didn't know that. We don't expect you to go out with a bartender. If that's not your taste, then don't go out with a bartender. T-Pain found it all right. What's this thing? I like the bartender.
You probably posted
Yeah,
about it, and because you have 4 children or 5 baby daddies, or you say 4 baby daddies, they're wondering how you can stand in a position to judge. Okay, that's my assumption.
facts. That's not an assumption. That's
A
facts, brother.
bartender that stay in a 2-bedroom house. Where we supposed to go at? Where me and my children supposed to sleep? I got big boys, not little boys.
Okay, a bartender with a 2-bedroom apartment. Where does me and my children go? Where do we? Where do they sleep now?
No,
Where
let
do
me
they go
correct you, my
now?
man. She didn't say 2-bedroom apartment. She said 2-bedroom house. So bartender with a house, he must be doing something right, because that's exactly what she said. She didn't say apartment. She said 2-bedroom house. Where me and my children supposed to go? Where we supposed to sleep? Where you living now? Where your children sleeping now? How you living now with your 4 baby daddies?
He he tried to talk to you. You're not about to move in with him, right? See, a lot of
Damn,
times
all of
when you
this on
look
the
at
first date?
relationships, like what do you already have that can account? He's never met you, so if he's single or he doesn't need a house to accommodate 4 children, why would he already have it? So if you're saying you have an apartment, it sounds like you're just creating these demands, but it doesn't sound like you're really worthy of asking for these demands or requesting these demands. Why should he have all these things to accommodate you? Can he just move in with you? You have the 4 children. I assume you already have those things to take care of your children, right? You said you take care of
Now, on this part, I'm gonna have to say, no, a real man wouldn't move in with a woman. If you plan on taking up this woman, or you plan on taking up a ready-made family, I think it's the man's responsibility to find a place to accommodate for that family if it gets to that point. But this seems like this was just a guy that was asking her out on a date, and already you talking about what you don't know where the first date gonna go. You don't know where the second date gonna go. You don't know if y'all go out somewhere and don't hit it off. But you already got a list of demands what he got to have in order for you to even give him the time of day. But all you bring to the table is you a good mama and 5 children. Because you haven't said, I got this, I got that. All you've said so far is, I got 4 baby daddies, and they help me they take care of me, and they take care of my 4 children. That's what you said so far. Now there are gonna be some people down that's listening to this and say, "Oh, you just picking on black women." No, this black woman put this out. You're hearing this out of her mouth. There's nothing wrong with being selective, but at least let your reasons about being selective or choosing a mate not be superficial. At least let it be about some kind of love, compassion, soulmate material.
women. So do your baby's fathers. Also, it's irrelevant that your baby's fathers take care of your children. That's 4 active men in your life. No man is saying, my fantasy or my dream is to marry a woman with a bunch of children. Most men actually want to create children with their woman.
And again, I'll have to agree with him that if you survey 100 men, black, white, or whatever, they'll all say the same thing. Would you prefer having your own children with a woman, or would you prefer having a ready-made family? Most men, I guarantee you, will say, I would prefer starting a family with no children, just me and a woman. She gets pregnant, and we start our family from there. Most men would say that. I know that was my preference. I'm just saying.
So if you already have children, that's a little bit of a damper already. Just ask men and they'll tell you. I'm sure you love your child and the child is beautiful and it's a beautiful life. But if you're talking about a relationship and what a man would like to have, predominantly it's going to be a woman without children. So now you're saying, I already have children, that's not yours. And also you got to have all these things just to be able to accommodate me. So what do you have? What makes you worthy of him doing that? Likely they build their worth off of Facebook validation or social media validation. You don't actually have to be worth anything, but you can make these outrageous demands. You heard her? I'm a good mama. I take care of my babies. But he's a bartender with a 2-bedroom apartment and you can talk shit. But you're a good mama. But what do you do? What do you have?
Where we
Facts.
supposed to sleep at?
Facts. What do you do? What do you have? Now, is there something wrong with being a stepdaddy? Absolutely not. But again, I think what my man is saying is the sentiment of most men, not black men, just most men in particular. If you take the blackness off this woman and turns her to Asian or white, the result would be the same. I wouldn't. If I'm going to date somebody, I don't mind a woman with children, but you're talking about a woman with 5 children and 4 different baby daddies that I'm gonna have to deal with eventually. If they're in their children's life, as you say they are, I'm gonna have to deal with him or them eventually. Birthdays, Christmases, holidays, special occasions. By bringing you into my world, I have to alter my world a whole lot to accommodate not only you, but your 5 children. Not only accommodate you, your 5 children, but also accommodate the 4 baby daddies to make sure that I'm not disrespecting the area of them being their children's father if they're active in their children's life. I don't have the right to stop that just because I'm now dating your ex baby mama. And that's a lot of times, that's a lot of things that we do when we meet a woman with children, or vice versa. A woman meets a man with children. From one of the first things we say is, I don't want you talking to your baby daddy no more. I don't want you talking to your baby mama no more. Because feelings involved, sometimes we do just that. And we become alienated from our children based on a relationship. She got 4 baby daddies, folks. That ain't nothing to sneeze at if you going into a relationship with this woman. That's some heavy consideration. Am I willing to do this? Imagine what the family reunion is going to be like.
How are we supposed to sit down and be comfortable?
Comfortable.
Furthermore, you drive a 2013 Monte Carlo. We in 2021.
See, when y'all thought I was petty for correcting her on comfortable, right? Then she came back and talked about this man whip. See, the shame is on y'all. See, I already seen the video. I knew she was gonna do that. So trust me, I can do pretty much what I want. This lady here, she's a demon. You understand? She's a monster. This is what all men should run from. I'm telling you. All right, here we go.
Me personally, folks, I call women like this dream stealers. Because they will steal your dreams from you, trying to accommodate her. This is a dream stealer. He's absolutely right. This is a woman that the majority of men should run from. She put herself in this position, folks. I'm not disrespecting this woman in no way, shape, nor form, but her unrealistic demands is what made me talk about this post. Because a lot of times, a lot of us will say, well, we too hard on them single mamas. Yeah, she got 4 baby daddies, and those 4 baby daddies should be held accountable for their children. But let me ask you, Miss Lady, them 4 baby daddies, what kind of jobs what do they do? Are they aerial space engineers? Are they ballers? Are they NBA players? What are they? Are they 6-figure niggas? What are they? Oh, my bad, folks.
2013, 2021. In the car in English. Like,
So she literally in her head counting the years of this man's car and then says it's in English. So she literally in her head counting the years of this man's car and then says it's in English.
in the car in English. Like,
And the car in English. Anybody want to debate with me about whether she ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer? The car in English. How about saying, Miss Lady, it's an American-made car. It's not a foreign car. It's not an import. The car in English. And you wonder why folks is talking about you. If you're going to get online and complain, be prepared for not everybody is going to be favorable in what they say about you. There's so many things that if I wanted to be really, really nasty like them cats over in the manosphere, I could have a field day with just by the way you speak. But I'm not here for that. I'm talking about your expectations, your unrealistic expectations of finding a mate based on what you want and what you expect these men to have with what you bring to the table. Assets and liabilities. Where are your assets? What are you going to do to uplift this man or that man? If you got 4 baby daddies so far, you haven't done enough to to uplift to keep them around. I'm just saying.
She literally in her head counting the years of this man's car, and then says it's in English now. Ridiculous expectations. And you see, she already has several children by several different baby fathers. What is she actually looking for? People who have things to accommodate her, not people with fathership qualities, not people with relationship qualities, like long-lasting relationship qualities to be in your life. She's saying I have qualifications, but they're all based on things that would make her feel good about herself.
Her qualifications are based on materialistic things. That's what her qualifications for a mate is based on. Like my man said, she didn't say anything. He got to be a good father. He got to be a religious man. He got to be a God-fearing man. All she talked about is his assets and what he has to bring to the table. So you can see how those folks over in the manosphere and cis-bim, whatever they call it, and all these other red pill, blue pill things, you can see how they would have a field day on a young lady like this. I think my man right here, he's probably on the side of what me. You know, we're not here to tear this lady down. We're just here to point out, no, Miss Lady, in this case, no. Your expectations for what you have, let's put it this way. You have Kool-Aid money with champagne taste. Nobody's not saying you're a good mother. Nobody's not saying that your baby daddies ain't shit. What we're saying is the expectations of your next mate, your potential husband, is not based on male qualities, but it's based on monetary qualities.
All based in some false reality. And I'm sure she has to be wondering why she keeps creating the same mess. And she has four baby fathers now. That's a lot. Here we go.
I speak Audi. I speak Porsche. Hell, I even speak BMW. But Monte Carlo.
She speak
bullshit. I speak Audi. I speak Mercedes Benz. I speak BMW. Y'all want me to know what say BMW is right now? Let me pull a page out of my petty manosphere books. BMW, big mouth woman. You're right, you do speak that. You are absolutely right. Again, fellas, you run into a lady like this, as they say back in the old days, pass the pussy. Pass the pussy. All pussy ain't good pussy. You're headed for a danger zone with this.
Audi, Porsche, and BMW. She need a man with a van. You understand? Like, what she gonna drive? A Porsche Cayenne? Cayenne? Is that Cayenne? It's like, okay. BMW, they might have a whip. They got a whip big enough, but I mean, come on, man. You need a van. See these ridiculous expectations? It now has to be a BMW, a Porsche, and what was the other car she named? I mean, come on, y'all. Who would want to be with a woman like this? And I'm telling you, social media, whoever you guys are that be in these women's inbox, y'all be creating this madness. See, if you give a man a lot of money, it brings out the depth of him, doesn't it? Because
And he is absolutely right. But instead of saying down in the DMs, let's take it over to the side of the street where there's some chaos going over. Like a person like a Jessica X. All they saw of this woman was an avatar. But they were cash apping her up, how beautiful she is. All this, all that. And none of them have ever physically laid eyes on her. They're going by voice and an avatar. But they're cash apping her till the cows come home. And when she stopped talking the way that she wanted them to, or that they wanted her to, all of a sudden, the hose is winning. Kick her ass out the manosphere. Another cat. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Angry Man. The guy, the leader of the manosphere with no troops. He would have a field day on what he would call this young woman a scrag. They would have a field day on this woman over there. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. This is the poster woman for the manosphere, because this is who they're talking about. And unfortunately, they don't know how to separate the good black women from this type black woman. Her expectations for what she brings to the table, folks, is unrealistic. And if I'm wrong, say I'm wrong. But I don't think so, based on what my man is saying. And I'm sure if you go back to this post and read the comments, they'll say the same thing. I'm not saying that you should be husbandless or not die alone or anything like that, like Kevin Samuels. What I'm saying is maybe you should reevaluate how you look for a potential mate instead of looking at it as what he can do for you, what he bring to the table monetarily and with goods and trinkets. Maybe you should start looking for a man for what he does for you or how he makes you feel as a woman after you're up out the bed.
That's what seems to give him his social status, his value, if he's successful. So he didn't have to really behave, and a lot of who he really is can come out, right?
Again, he's right. And I'll say why he's right, because again, in the panel that I was in earlier today, Bomb Cherry and the ladies over there were speaking that very same thing, that some men use their money and their power to take advantage of folks. And as I'm looking at this young lady, she's fairly attractive. If you like, thick women, big boned women, as they say, and this would be your type of girl. But like this old song says, take time to know her. Don't rush into this thing. It's not an overnight thing. But that's what seems exactly what she's doing. She's putting the carriage before the horse. Damn, let's grow together. What you got for me? What can you bring to the table for me? I'm gonna need it. I don't speak Monte Carlo. I speak BMW, Audi, Mercedes. Young ladies, Mercedes. Nope. Survey says,
Well, a woman, her validation isn't really money like ours is. It's compliments. It's the validation of men. And social media will flood them with that, adding to their perceived value, but it's not actually real value. So what she wants from a man is not based in reality. It's based on fantasy, what she saw on TV or what those compliments told her. I'm dead serious, y'all.
I'm dead serious, y'all, and he right. Because y'all, a lot of us are jumping them DMs. Damn, you fine. Damn, you fine. She done got herself all made up, looking all good. Anything, somebody floods you with compliments because you're all dressed up, got your ass tooted out, or got half your body showing. Of course, man gonna be a man. I likes what I sees, and I sees what I likes. But you put it out there. You the one got your ass tooted up on Instagram. So men gonna slide in your DMs. When you go to the grocery store, don't you look at what's out there advertising before you go buy it? It's the same principle. Go to my Instagram page right now, and I guarantee you there's about 4 or 5 or 6 lovelies on my Instagram page with millions of comments of how good she looks. It has to have some effect on your psyche. I know it would me if I dropped a picture in my DMs and every woman in there said, "Ooh," be walking through the door sideways. And a lot of these women, these fellas, when they jump in their DMs like that, that's what happens to them. I was watching my man Willie D, and he reported on a young Instagram model who had all these pictures posted, and they flew her out. And when she got there, the body didn't match the pictures. Beware those false advertisements, folks. All that glitter ain't gold.
Has no clue what she is worth, and that's why she's standing here making all these demands. She may actually be a good woman at her core, but if you leading with all of that, you're not worth a dime when it comes to a relationship, because a real man ain't looking for no woman that's looking for some shit like that, even if he has it. Men constantly wondering who in their life for what. You know why? Women will dress up, makeup, push-up bras, butts, everything, none of it, and all of it can be fake. And they'll be wondering if you fake. Literally sitting there judging you like you're the one with the agenda. They know.
Y'all remember "I'm Gonna Get You Sucker"? Remember that? How she started pulling off wig, leg, titties, ass. Remember that? So you have to, and when you look at these Instagram models and when you go out to these clubs and these women are all dressed up, after you pull off all the makeup and after you pull off the hair pieces and all that stuff, what you got up under there? That's all I'm saying.
Know why you asked them out. They know why you pursuing them. You want sex from them. That may not be your ultimate goal. It may be your ultimate goal, but at least she knows kind of what you want. You know nothing about what she wants. She or what she wants. She can say yes, go with you on the date. She can be in a whole relationship with you and still never actually want sex from you. You realize that, right?
Yep.
She can be wanting all these other things, and she's only basing it on her perceived value.
Yep.
It's unreal, man. And if she's not getting it from you, she'll likely just move on to somebody else.
Yep.
And think that you're a piece of shit because you don't have those things.
Yep.
Meanwhile, she doesn't have those things.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
It ain't crazy. That's facts. That broke ass nigga, he ain't got nothing. But you ain't got nothing. He doesn't have 4 kids with 5 baby mamas. 4 baby mamas. He don't have 5 kids and 4 baby mamas. In this case, now is there some ancient men out there? We're gonna talk about one a little bit later on. Content creator, to be exact. It's a case of the blind leading the blind. But we're gonna finish this up first. I told y'all, got some shit for you here tonight.
We're all humans in this world, but they don't see men as humans. They don't think it's fair out here. They think they can tell you that you lame for your job title. Meanwhile, they don't have a job at all. They just a good mother. But what if he's a good father and he's a bartender? Still not good enough, is it? She didn't say, but he's a good father. None of that matters, man. Doesn't matter if you're a good father. All that matters is the things that you have. According to a lot of these people, they're not looking for relationships about, what they can actually pour into them and what they can build with a person. They're looking for what they can get out of them. Why not just look at him and say, okay, he's a bartender. Some bartenders make good money. Okay. What about building with him, building a relationship, and y'all go get the place once y'all establish a relationship? Why expect this man to already have something for somebody he really just met? Because you think the shit? I don't know. Like, you got to be real special to be sitting here moving like this. But let's continue.
No, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Those are my qualifications.
Now, if you say sorry, not sorry, you got 4 kids, 4 baby daddies, you'll seem like an asshole. But she's talking about this man's car, yo.
Right. If somebody was to say sorry, not sorry, I don't feel sorry for it because you got 5 kids and 4 baby daddies. That would be an uproar in some communities. Or you trying to slight on me because But it's all right for you to throw shade on somebody that has a house and a car and a job. And so far, all you said that you're going to bring to the table is your 5 children with their 4 baby daddies that help you out. The irony. Not the irony, but the audacity, I should say.
Come on, y'all.
Of dating. Like, if you even come at me, like, I can't entertain nobody. I can't entertain no. At the end of the day, I can't entertain no bum. I do ballers, not bums. Ballers. Period.
So doing ballers, not bums. She ended up with 4 or 5 children with 4 baby daddies, and she's bragging like she knows her way about going after a man.
Oh, don't do it to her like that. Don't shoot her like that. You know how you know how to get your, you know how to choose a boss, the boss dudes, but you got 4 baby daddies and 5 children. Again, this man is not disrespecting this woman. He's just pointing out what she says. Just pointing out the obvious. So what makes you so special that a man got to have all of this to attain your love, to win your favor? He got to have a up-to-date car. He got to have a house big enough to accommodate all 5 of your children. And he can't work as a bartender. Make that make sense.
All right, here we go.
Know your history. Like, y'all.
Know your history. It's cyclic. You're creating.
Right. Know your history, because you just told us your history. Whether you know it or not, you just told us the life that you live. 4 baby daddies and 5 children. You told us the life that you live. Sorry. Truth is truth. In this particular case, again, if I have to use a disclaimer, not all black women act like this, folks. I know several black women that would not be caught dead recording something like this, regardless if they were in the same situation with her. Because I don't want nobody to tell me how wrong I am. I don't need nobody to tell me how right I am. I'm going to live my life the way I see fit to. And the only way you don't get pushback or positive feedback is not to put it out there. Period. Don't post it. Why do you post something and expect no one to respond to it? That's all I'm saying. Does that make sense? You put something on the internet and don't want nobody to look at it. Wouldn't the easiest thing to do is not to put it there at all?
You keep creating the same thing because you're not changing the way you hunt. You understand? You should start looking for different qualities, not qualities that make you look good or make you feel good about yourself. You should consider those children and start looking for qualities that help the whole family, the whole tribe.
Why would I, with 5 children, even entertain somebody who worked as a bartender in real life? Like, it wasn't a joke. It was serious. Like, he was really serious. And he had on fake J's. But please, out my face. Period. Back up.
All right, that's
That was funny. But man, you kind of, the fake J's, you can't do that. No, don't do that. Don't present yourself as a baller or a shot caller and you got on the fake J's. That's like some of these folks run around here with the polo shirt with the horse with 3 legs on it. Come on now. Sometimes it ain't good to fake it till you make it, because you might run into somebody like this that's going to call you out. Let's let my man finish up here.
That's funny now. Fake Jordans. All right, so think about it this way. He could get new Jordans or real Jordans, right? He could get a new car. But if you hit the lottery tomorrow, you still have 5 children. Now, you're probably saying I wouldn't need a man, but you have $1 million, right? Well, you have a companion, right? But what type of companion? What if it's a companion who's just like you, looking for the things that you can provide? How would you feel about that? And that's really the moral of the story. Nobody should be seeking out another person based on what they can do for them. It should be instead what they can bring to a relationship. If you met a bartender and you say, well, he has an apartment where? You understand? And he has an apartment to suit his own needs, not your needs. He's just met you. When you begin to look at a person and base what you currently have based on what they have, or your current needs based on what they have for themselves, you in this thing all wrong. There's no way you're going to find a healthy relationship because, number one, you're not going about it for things that create a healthy relationship. What do you need emotionally? Because I'm thinking that's probably what's going to help your relationship last long term, is if you have those type of things, those emotional needs, that understanding of what you guys need from each other on an emotional level, what you're going to give to each other in that way. But stepping to someone about or turning someone down based on what you feel like they have and saying what you're worth, and only having to say, or only being able to say, I'm a good mother, I take care of my children. You got to know you off somewhere with that. Anyway, that's
You got to know you're off somewhere. And again, she's not a bad looking woman. You know, if this is the type of woman that I was attracted to, I could see myself walking up to her in her bar, asking her a few questions about, is she available? Blah 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 blah. If you into this kind of lady, but what would be the deal breaker for me in the course of the conversation? Number one, her vernacular. That would be a deal breaker for me. Number two is if we got to into more conversation, and even if she didn't speak this way, when I found out what her ideal is of building a relationship is what you can bring to the table for me, not what I can do for us. If we decide to, hook up, then no. But I'm sorry, that's another deal breaker. And then again, I'm always leery of a woman that talks marriage or talks about us hooking up in long term on the first date or on the first initial meeting. Mm-mm. Like my man says, maybe you should change the way you hunt. Maybe you should change that. That's I think that would be a good way to look at it. Change the way you hunt. That's all I'm saying. Let me throw a little bit of music at you for a second and go grab this next clip.
From the heel to the neck, get ready, be set. You already know what's next. Check the progress, check the progress, check the progress. Feeding off the success. Progress.
Alrighty there, ladies and gentlemen. Here's another instance of when keeping it real goes absolutely wrong. And this is one of those, how do I say, one of those prominent content creators. And always, I won't say I had my suspicions about him, about my man, but some of the things that he said I didn't agree with, and I always said to myself, there's a lot of women over in this chat, but are they really paying attention to this dude? And I'm sure, again, fair use. You put it out there, and just like I talk about women and some of the things that they do when they keeping it real. When it goes wrong, I gotta speak on the brothers. In this case, driving down the YouTube streets, I run into this content creator by the name of C Boogie. C Boogie, C Boogie, C Boogie, my man. Some things you should not tell everybody. Some things you need to keep to your damn self. Now, we've all had those days that we've gone out and maybe had a little bit too much and kind of questioned what we did, how we did, and why we did. We've all had those days. I've had them in my younger days. But I've never put myself in a situation of something to happen to me and I allow it to happen for an extended period of time and didn't put a stop to it. I've gone out to the clubs and ran into a young lady, and dare I say, it ended up with some hot loving relations later on. But in this case, that's not what happened. First of all, let me introduce my man to you folks over here. Hold on just a second. For those of you who don't know who C Boogie is, here it is. looking good so far, my man C Bookie. Brother, he got himself together, hanging out with the crowds, doing what he do. This is an opening. When you go to his channel, when he does a live stream or the broadcast, it's just what you see. My man C Bookie. C Boogie. Got his shit together, hanging out with the fellas. C Boogie. Man with a mission. What's he call his channel? Let me go back. What's he call his channel? The Dom Game Division. We're going to get back to that, though. Let me move this a little bit further, folks. Now we're going to get to the point of this. As you can see with the title, lame dudes took over. Players, the days are over. The lames have taken over. Now, from that little short clip that I saw right there, if you was the first time going to my man's channel and you saw the brother, you would be like, I'm gonna check my man out, because he, based on what I see so far, let me see what he's talking about. The lames. He described as the lames, as the fellas with the lames. What's his definition of the players? The players, and how that player, the true player from the Himalayas, how his days is over. All right, folks, I remember back in the day, how can you say, being a Marine with that uniform on, and if I put those dress blues on and walk into a particular spot, I was there for one reason. Okay, y'all know, I ain't got to say nothing about that. But anyway, let me find where I need to go. Lame dudes is taking over. So let me get a little bit here. Let me see where my man C Boogie starts at. And let's just go right to here, okay? Let's just pick up right here.
It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be honest, man. It might be only maybe 2 or 3 niggas online that I would even listen to when it comes to women. I'm not even going to do no name dropping. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even want to start that. Shout out to Ron Will. Shout out to Cousin T-Tar. You know what I'm saying? There's only a few niggas I would even fucking listen to, man. Truth be told. I got to keep it a buck, man. It's just the energy ain't right. Niggas would rather be on some Jerry Springer shit than be players to just chill. It's one thing if you want to call a woman out, call out some bad behavior. All right, I get that. But it's another thing when you just playing yourself, man, when you way out your lane. You know what I'm saying? I watched a little bit of that Fresh and Fish shit. I can't do it. I just read the body language of niggas when they around women. Like, look at your body language, man. Your body language says, you know what I mean? You're rejecting whatever the woman has to offer. You're not even in a comfortable position. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be having a Don Cornelius stiff neck. Niggas be looking like they don't know what to do, and there's no disrespect, but I'm like, bruh, it's not even that serious. Either the girl like you or she don't. What you doing, B? Nope.
Yep, sounds like some sound advice so far there, brother C Boogie. I got no complaints with you so far. Running to your channel, I'm listening to you. Like I said, I've listened to a few other of your streams, and you're right. Me personally, there's nobody on YouTube that I would take relationship advice from. I really wouldn't. I don't name drop. Not Kevin Samuels, not Fesh and Frit, not all these other so-called relationship gurus. Not me. I don't need no advice from you guys. No, thank you. Not from what I've seen in your chat rooms. No, thank you. The quality of women that you attract, no, thank you. But so far, as I'm looking in this chat room with my man C Boogie, and you can go back and look at it for yourself. There's a few women in there. Outstanding looking brother. So far we good. Let's listen to my man C Boogie some more. So far we good though, right? Brother Seemway know what he talking about. But wait, there's more.
Lame niggas have took over the building, man. So, like I say, it's a lot of niggas that could be players that's just opting out. Like, you know what, man? I'm just gonna find me one woman and just raise a family and shit. Like, that's just a better option than be on the streets with niggas that are fucking up the game.
Isn't that the option for most men, to go out and find a woman to settle down with, have some babies, and grow old together? Sooner or later, folks, Father Time takes you out of the game, whether you want to be in the game or not. When you go to the clubs and a 40, 50-year-old dude is up in the club amongst some 18, 19, 20, 35-year-olds, don't he seem out of place? The game ejects the players, not the players. Sooner or later, you become too old to be a part of the dating scene, the dating game. Sooner or later, you become too old to wear the designer jeans and the Jordans. But I think for most men, that's what we want to do. We want to go out, okay, we want to go out and hopefully find the right girl, whether it be at a club or a church or a social event or whatever. Hopefully we find the right girl. My player days are over. Isn't that what most men say when they finally decide to tie that knot? Man, my player days are over, bro. I'm finna get married. But my man C Boogie said that like that's a curse. Like it's wrong for you to want that. It's wrong for you to take yourself out the game and find one woman. That's not messing up the game. That's how the game is played. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate prize in the game. To play the game well enough to find the right one. To be able to weed through all the bullshit and find the right one. But so far, my man, I gotta say, we all right. We together.
You dig?
I did.
Just completely fucking up the game and shit, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Come on with it.
Let me see something, y'all. Yo, my nigga Beezy's supposed to be coming on in a second, man. Let him drop some nuggets, man. See what he got to say.
Shout out to Beasley.
Finally make his appearance on the show. But
he's funny.
It don't even be about the females no more. It ain't even about the women no more. Niggas just want to be in position to be the man. That's another thing I peeped too. It don't even be about the women no more.
You talking about them high value niggas?
Other niggas half the time.
You talking about them high value niggas?
And I know I can't be the only one that really peeped this shit.
Them 6-figure niggas.
It don't even really be about the women.
Right. They ain't arguing with each other.
Man, no cap.
No cap. He's right. No cap. He's right. They be in panel after panel arguing about like my man Dre says, what about them black baby mamas? Panel after panel, hour after hour, stream after stream. What about them baby mamas? So he right on that. I'm with you so far, C Boogie. We good. So folks is asking me, well, if you good with him, wait.
Time, it don't be about the women, man. It don't be about the women. It don't be about no pussy. None of that shit. It be about really being the man and impressing other niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that shit is whack. You dig? It's like this, man. You gotta know your lane in life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas just want 1 million Instagram subscribers to get pussy.
Agreed.
It don't even be about no legitimate mission.
Agreed.
The same women niggas complain about before they get a little status be
Agreed.
The same women they up in their face.
Okay. I mean,
this stuff is a joke.
So far, ladies and gentlemen, if you were someone that was just... So far, if you were someone that just came into this channel and saw this Dom Game Division and heard my man C Boogie talking, you would be like, okay, I can see where my man coming from. I see where he about. But now let's go a little further. And this is where I say keeping it real goes absolutely wrong. When you start talking too much, when you start giving out TMI, too much information, and this is where you start to lose credibility, because sooner or later, those wannabe folks that talking about the lame dudes is taking over, you might be one of the lame dudes. And you might be talking about yourself. Watch.
Don't do the full logos. But the point is this, at some point, everybody got to grow up too.
Wait a minute, let me back up. I went too far.
I'm just being honest. You be like, this shit getting ill. Real talk. You be like, yo, man, like, yo, you ever woke up? You like, I don't see no condom wrapper around this bitch. That's the first thing I look for is a condom wrapper, nigga.
Ooh, okay,
Anytime
I
I wake
found it.
up,
Here we go.
real shit. I'm playing myself. I'm out here. I do remember I had a rubber on. You know, man, you're gonna break people's
Let
hearts.
me find in the right spot.
You're not gonna go through life without breaking somebody's heart. Getting your heart broke. That's just a part of the game. That's a part of life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be some people that y'all just not gonna work. The energy ain't there. You know what I mean? Y'all not digging each other no more. I get that, man. But I'm talking about doing shit with bad intentions. Like, motherfucker, like that's where it get corny. Like, yo, when did this shit become the thing to do? That never was player shit. That never was player shit, man. So I don't know what's up with that, man.
Here it comes.
I just don't get it, man.
Keep going.
That really mind boggles me. And you know what? Here's the ill part about everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Niggas might think it's sweet because they got over on a woman, but that same woman gonna find a square dude and get over on. It's a constant cycle. I'm like, if somebody got to break the cycle, man, it's time for people to start keeping it up.
Okay, y'all listening to him, right?
You know what I'm saying? Shit getting whacked, man. Like I say, man, you know what I mean? I'm kind of tired of a lot of this shit myself. It doesn't have the same feel to it no more. You know what I mean?
Keep listening, folks.
Really
keep listening.
Like, it don't have the same feel to it no more, man. You know what I mean? Like, that was a time where the vibes was good. Like, people used to have fun.
It's coming. Just bear with me.
You know what I'm saying? But I see that that's not really the case no more. For whatever reason. So
let me skip up here just a little bit more.
Man. I don't be knowing what else to say to niggas, man. Like, yo, just have a seat, baby pop. But the best as I can say it. I just don't like it for these young niggas that think they gotta be something that they not.
Also, for what we're hearing, folks, so far, my man he's on point, but I know it's taking a while, but this is what you would have to go through to listen to understand what I'm talking about. Those false prophets. Sometimes this sounds good so far. It absolutely does. If you were to look at this title and got up to this point, you were like, my man is making sense. He one of them brothers that, okay, I wouldn't mind following this stream, but dun he fucks up. And let me get to it. Okay, let me check right about here. Let's start at the 34-minute mark. Let's see where it goes from there.
Case was, you know what I'm saying, I was out my mind and my body. You dig? Some of these times I wasn't coherent. I remember, man, I was leaving the club one night. It was me and these broads. And there's one nigga that I just met in the club. We was just vibing. We ended up leaving the club with some broads. Unbeknownst to me, the bitch had popped the E-pill. All she wanted to do was eat my ass for an hour. I'm like, what? I pulled out the Bozak. I thought she was about to give me some head. No cap. This bitch ate my ass for an hour. Y'all think I'm like, what? Fresh out the club. And I was so fucked up. I remember their name. Some of them I don't remember what they look like. Some of them times I was in a drunken state. Some of them times I was on Molly. Whatever the case was, you know what I'm saying? I was out my mind and my body. You dig? Some of these times I wasn't coherent. I remember, man, I was leaving the club one night. It was me and these broads. And there's one nigga that I just met in the club. We was just vibing. We ended up leaving the club with some broads. Unbeknownst to me, the bitch.
Now, fellas, let me ask you. And I know my days of going out, hanging out at the clubs. I have never just walked up. I used to travel in a posse. These 2 or 3 of us, 4 of us, 5 tops. We look out for each other, especially when we're in foreign places. So, I went there with a crew. You know, I might see a brother hanging out at the club or whatever and seen him before, give him the what's up sign or the head nod or whatever. But I'm not going to entertain the fact of allowing this man that I just met at a club to convince me that we vibing that much to go find two more strangers. Either I'm going to go back to your place or you going to go back to mine. Three random strangers in your spot or you in a spot with three random strangers. That is not going to happen. Not for me. That was mistake number one. Lame dudes do shit like that. Ain't no goddamn way in hell I'm gonna put myself in an awkward situation like that. Unbeknownst to me, I'm already incoherent. I'm out of my mind. No, you can't be incoherent and out of your mind, my man, if you telling this story with such vivid detail. Because most people say when I'm all fucked up, I didn't remember shit. And let me ask you what we all heard before. What man in his right mind, dare I say this, gets his ass licked for an hour and then come back later on, years later, and complain about it? Either you liked it or you didn't. Me personally, ain't no woman. You know that little thing they call taint? As far as you're going. You can mess with the balls. You can mess with the back. But when the slides, oh, no, no, ma'am. I don't play that. No, no, ma'am. It's just no. That's not. No, that's not entertaining for me. No, no, no. That's not entertaining. No. And I'm damn sure if I don't like it, I'm damn sure not gonna allow someone to do it for an hour. The fuck? I wish the hell I would.
Bitch had popped the E pill. All she wanted to do was eat my ass for an hour. I'm like, what? I pulled out the Bozak. I thought she was about to give me some head. No cap. This bitch ate my ass for an hour. Y'all think I'm like, what? Fresh out the club. And I was so fucked up, I let her do the shit. Like, what in the hell? I do remember shit like this ill stories, man. Like, what am I doing? Nigga, I woke up with a wet ass. Like, damn, so I'm playing myself, man. Real shit. I'm playing myself.
Who says
I'm out here
this?
drunk, bitches eating my.
Who comes on the internet and says, as a grown man, I'm waking up with a wet ass? And tells this story as a content creator. And then, folks, if you go to this stream, read the contents. One of his own moderators is telling him, maybe it wasn't a woman. You said you was fucked up. The comments in the chat room says it all, but I don't think he's reading the comments, or if he is reading the comments, because he does pick up his phone from time to time, you chose to ignore them. But a whole lot of folks was in that chat room telling you, nah, man, I wouldn't be telling this story. No, hell no. Or that might have been a man. That would have been the end of that tale. But he kept on with it. See for yourself.
Ass and shit. I'm like, oh, hell no. You dig? This shit get wicked, man. This shit get wicked, man. Every time I try to fuck her face, she kept flipping me over. Strong bitch on the E pill.
Huh? Every time you try to do what? Every time you try to give you some head, she kept flipping you over. You was being manhandled by that woman. Are you sure that was a woman? Were you that fucked up? And how? And what position did she have you in that she was able to flip you? Did she flip you where you was face down, ass up, while she licked your ass for an hour? Come on, brother. There's some things you don't tell motherfuckers. And this is one of them. This is where keeping it real went definitely wrong. You're not ever going to be able to live this down. I won't be surprised if you don't lose some subscribers behind this. Because I look all over the internet now. Niggas is making all kinds of streams about this shit. I'm not the only one. You're famous right now, or infamous, however you want to look at it. Now, this is some shit you should have kept. You should have kept to yourself, brother, man. Ain't no goddamn way in hell I'd have put this story out in the public eye. Shit, no. But let's continue.
Bitch got strong as fuck. Kept flipping me over, eating my ass and shit. I'm like, oh, hell nah, bitch. I mean, this shit is so, man, look, man. Kind of find out this bitch done popped the motherfucking E pill. So she was fucked up. Like, I wasn't on E that night, but I had been drinking. But I knew I had been drinking a lot that night. But I knew something was wrong. I'm like, yo, man, why is she not sucking my dick? This bitch ate my ass for a whole hour. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Again, you keep saying it. Oh, hell no. But then you keep coming back to it. Man, this woman was on me for a whole hour. And from the sincerity in your face saying you didn't like it, but you allowed it to continue for an hour? You were that incoherent? You remember her flipping you over. You remember how cock strong she was. Notice I used the word cock strong. Because you might have been dealing with a Boston Batwanger, my man. When I listened to this, I never heard you say that she got out of her clothes. Did you ever see her naked? Let's continue and find out.
Yo, my eye twitching all of a sudden. What the hell? This shit
Yeah,
is ill.
motherfuckers, that's your conscience slapping the shit out of you.
Straight.
Telling you to shut up.
Straight. No, she wasn't white. No, them Louisiana girls is different. I gotta say, those Louisiana girls are different. Couldn't believe it. So I came out the room like the nigga was like, yo, you hit that? You hit that? I'm like, nah, dog, she ate my ass for an hour. He was like, what? Like,
And then,
yeah, this shit crazy.
Then you came out and told your partner, no, dog, I ain't fucked. She just ate my ass for an hour. My man said, what? He was like, what? That's what? Nigga, what? What the fuck? Really? Come on, C Boogie. Keeping it real went wrong here, bro. Lame dudes took over. Yep. He was a lame dude. You got ambushed and taken advantage of by what supposedly what you thought to be a woman. But dare I say, there'll still be some people that'll say, you know, C Boogie, he know what he talking about. he one of those guys I listen to when it come to catching women. He'll tell you what it's like as a man to get your ass ate out for an hour. See Boogie, see booty. That's what she saw. She saw your booty and went up in it for an hour. Stop it, my man. I'm not the only one. Listen, you put it out there, bro. This is your story. I'm just commenting on it.
Bitch ate my ass, man. So, look, man. It is what it is, dog.
And the moral of the story is,
me personally, I don't regret nothing I did in my life. But shit like that, I woke up the next day like, yo, man, I played myself, man.
Yeah, you did.
I'm drunk. I'm wilding, I'm driving with niggas I don't know.
Yeah, you played yourself that night, and you played yourself again when you told this story. Y'all see right there in the screen right there, you see that lady with the, what's her name, Janelle, with the C Boogie Cash App right there? This is the lady in the chat room that's telling him shut the fuck up. Stop talking about it. But he keeps on. There's other moderators in there telling him the same thing. Oh man, you crushing yourself. You killing yourself, dog, with this story. Stop talking about this. Move on to something else. Does he?
I got bitches, I don't know their name, eat my ass. I'm like, what am I doing? You start to really analyze your life. Like, yo, man, I'm wilding, son. Like, you ever had an experience? Like, nigga, you know how many times I woke up in my bed with no pants on? Like, yo, who did I go?
I ain't never woke up in my bed with no pants on. I have never been that incoherent for somebody to strip me down, and I wake up in the next morning knowing I went to sleep with my pants on. Now, when I was in the Philippines, I feel I can share this story. You know, I was doing my business got butt naked with the young lady, did our business, snoozed off a little bit. She eased on out of bed and turned my pockets into rabbit ears. Just had a couple of, a couple of what they call the money over there in the Philippines. It mounted up to what she stole from me. I mounted up to about $5. No big loss. But what I'm saying is, I voluntarily woke up, butt naked. She didn't strip me out of my damn clothes. My only mistake was not sleeping with my money under me. You know, oh well. But that's not a story that I would be embarrassed to tell. Hey man, I went out and played one night and messed around and took my clothes off and did my business. Left my pants over there hanging up on the rack over there. She woke up before I did. Turned out my pockets and went on about her business. All right, oh well. But I never told no story about no woman eating my ass for an hour. That story will never be told because that will never happen with me. Ain't no way I would ever get that incoherent for somebody to do something for me for that length of time that I didn't want done. You see where you lost your credibility? You took yourself out to play a game with this story, brother man. You can't be considered a player after telling this. Woke up with a wet ass.
To sleep with last night. And where's the nut? Like, you start thinking like, yo, what's going on? You're like, yo, who did I bring home from the club? I don't see no condom. Where's the nut? Why is my knees wet? Why I ain't got no pillowcases on the bed? Let me check.
Did you hear that? Why is my knees wet? The wrong motherfucker gonna answer that for you. You might not like the answer that you get. Most of the time, if you wake up or you're in that position and your knees is either wet or got rug burns, you know what you've been doing. Either you've been pitching or catching. Which one? You choose. This is your story, my man.
My fucking wallet, bitch. You be like, yo, man, I'm just being honest. You be like, this shit getting ill. Real talk. You be like, yo, man, like, yo, you ever woke up? You like, I don't see no condom wrapper around this bitch. That's the first thing I look for is a condom wrapper, nigga. Anytime I wake up out of a crazy drunken night, I'm like, I don't see no condom wrapper. But I ain't got no pants on. I know I left the club with somebody. I'm hungover. I'm dehydrated. What is going on? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is going on?
I think you know.
I'm like, I don't see no fucking stains in the bed. Where's the nut?
I think you know. Again, be careful of the answers that you might get when you go to some of these streams. I'm not going to say it, but you say you woke up with wet knees. You couldn't find a condom. You didn't find any ejaculate. Dare I say where it went? Was you pitching? Or you catching? Did you spit? Or did you swallow?
You know what I mean? You like, what happened last night? You start calling niggas like, yo, give me a playback. Who did I leave with? And where's the bitch? And where's my sock? You know what I mean? You start asking crazy shit. Where's my sock? You start calling people like, bruh, did you see me leave the club with somebody? Like this shit, man. Look, let me tell you something, man. If you survived the turn up, you know what I'm saying? You lucky. Okay.
Not if you survived the turn up. It's if you survived the turn out. Because from the way you described this story, my man, you got turned out. You had your salad tossed by somebody you didn't even know. The moral of that story is don't get drunk. Especially when you know you liable to do something that you got to ask questions about later on. If you got to wake up out of a drunken stupor and start calling folks, asking them what you did, too late. You woke up with no pants on, your ass and your knees wet, and you question about what happened? No, son. The niggas is gonna have fun with you. I can see your arch enemies on the YouTube streets is probably making stream after stream about this. See, that's the good thing about being one of these small content creators or someone that really doesn't need YouTube to, to get the message across. If you come from me, if you come from my channel, all you're gonna do is cause to get me a strike and say, "Hey, I don't like what he said about me," and report me to YouTube. But I can still go on over to my own website, record this, and upload it to my website. But the thing about me and some of these content creators, I'm not gonna charge folks to see it. I just give them the link. I'm not gonna create a Patreon to talk about C Boogie, Angry Man, or some of these other high value content creators that seems to have thousands and thousands of followers. False prophets. I call some of you guys C Boogie. You just joined that team. False prophets. You're not a player. If you can tell this story with a straight face, with a couple hundred folks watching you, or a couple thousand folks watching you, and thought this was an alright story to tell. No cap.
No cap, dog. If you survived the turn up, my nigga, because it was some wild nights back in the day, son. No cap. Wild nights. You're like, what the fuck? And then you grow up. You're like, you know what, man? I gotta chill. I got to chill. And then you realize how nasty some of these women are, too. You're like, oh, shit, this shit is ill, son. This shit is crazy. Nigga, I ended up in a hotel room when I was living in El Paso. Yo, my nigga Beezy was there. If this nigga get on the live stream, we'll tell his story together. Like, my nigga Beezy was there. Me and the nigga was up in the hotel. You know what I'm saying? A little chick called me to the hotel, little Mexican chick. We get up in the room. There's some Mexican nigga in there with a cowboy hat, some crocodile boots, a big-ass belt buckle talking about his name is Little Bear. I'm like, bitch, we gotta go. You ain't tell me your cousins was part of the cartel, bitch. Like, what the hell? Nigga like, yeah, my name Little Bear. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm out. These niggas will chop your body up and feed it to some chickens. Hell nah. You like, yo, man, we gotta change our ways, man.
All over some pussy. You hear a lot of these content creators telling you go abroad, go find you a chick, but how many times have we heard about these folks going over to these dirty foot countries and getting murdered behind chasing cooch? Again, beware these false prophets, folks. These folks will tell you they got all the answers. If you come listen to my stream, drop me a few cash apps, I'll tell you what you're doing wrong in life. This is the story, my man C Boogie, you should have told nobody. At least not online anyway. If you was looking for a way to kill your career as a content creator, I think you found it. Now, like I said, I'm just a small content creator, but what about all the folks like Cynthia G? You know she gonna have fun with this. Taz exclusive. You know he gonna have fun with this. All these folks that you've had feuds with, and some of these women who say you're faking frauds and that you don't know what you're talking about, you gave them ammunition. You sure did. But again, it's when keeping it real goes wrong, folks. There's two instances of it. One with expectations exceeding reality for her, and another dude right here, lame dudes, is taking over. You're right, C Boogie. You're not in the player ranks no more, bro. Now, how I say that is because if you feel the necessary to put that much Grecian formula or just for men on your beard, Man, be proud of that gray hair that just growing in your beard and on your head. It's wisdom. You see what Angry Man did? He changed up his style. He stopped using that black tar dye. You millennials, y'all folks, y'all got it twisted, man. Y'all really do. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, time for me to get on up out of here. Thank y'all so very much for tuning into this. Again, I apologize about the live stream that I had earlier, messing up. But it is what it is sometimes, folks. Again, like, share, subscribe. Or if you want to leave a comment, and you're more than welcome to. Again, it's fair use, folks. I don't think I disrespected the man in any way, shape, or form. I just say, hey, man. Like I tell the young woman, don't put it out there if you don't want nobody to talk about it. Because not all the reaction you get is going to be positive. Fair use, good brother. Again, with me, the only thing that you could come at me about is my content on my music. I don't tell stories like that. I would never get online and tell a story like this. Maybe if I was receiving therapy between me and my therapist, I would tell this story. I wouldn't put it on the line like this. Fair use. Section 107, the Copyright Act, says that I can do this. Correction and instruction. Y'all have a good one.
From the heel to the neck, get ready, be set. You already know what's next. Check the progress, check the progress, check the progress. Feeding off the success.